Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza and Melissa DeRenzo today, coming at you from the Healing Studio. We are going to talk about sound baths today. We've talked about this a bit, but we're going to talk about it some more and answer some questions that are kind of common about sound baths and just reintroduce you to the idea of vibrational magic, right? So, Melissa's our sound bath diva. She comes into sound baths with us, and she has sound baths all over town, really. And she has her own little private studio where she can do personal sound baths. So, hi, Melissa.
Hello.
So, tell me how you got into this, first of all. Like, how did you figure out that sound was your thing?
You know, there's really no one click. I mean, life just kind of uh, led me here. I played violin. I made it all the way to the San Juan Symphony Orchestra. I've always loved music. And then I started to meditate in 2010, became a yoga teacher in 2013. My kids bought me a bowl, and then I just always acquired more. And then decided to explore a certification through Vibration Sound Association, which taught me to do the bowls therapeutically on the body, which is what I do here at the house. And then the instructor gave us a sound bath just for us to experience. And I just thought, wow, this is so great. I'd gone to sound baths before through other people. And by this time, 2018, I had acquired quite a few instruments. So yeah, I just wanted to do it.
Excellent. Well, let's just talk about sound baths for those people who don't know what a sound bath is. I mean, what is a sound bath?
It is an immersion into sound and frequency. The participants lay down or sit in a chair and they just receive. So you just don't really need to do anything, which is the best part. I'm not touching you. You can go to sleep. You're just laying on a mat with blankets and pillows. You're comfortable, and that's it. The bath part is the bathing of the auric field and the physical body and vibration and sound.
So it's not water, it's sound.
It's not water. I did have somebody ask me, is there water?
Right?
Yeah, valid question.
So are sound baths good for you?
Yeah, they're great for pregnant women. They're great for the elderly. They're great for children. Children typically, can only handle 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on the age. I've worked therapeutically with several kids, and, we all benefit because we all get gunked up, with heavy energy. And it's just a nice, easy, non-invasive way to lighten your load energetically.
Is there any risks to attending a sound bath?
I have not heard of any. So if you are sensitive to sound, though, I did have a woman who was kind of like plugging her ears. So, it can get loud. So I always address that now that I've, witnessed that. If you are sensitive to sound, you might put yourself in the back of the room or, get some tissue and, pack it in. But other than that one person, I haven't ever had anybody have an aversion to it.
Well, now I know this sounds like a silly question, but it's a question people ask. Do sound baths really work?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They do. They do.
What
On some level, they do. And participants may not know it until after the fact or the next day or the next day. It's so subtle or it's not. It's just everybody's so different with what they're coming in as far as what's going on in the physical body, what's going on in the energy body. The only counterindications are pregnant women. Like I would not put a bowl on a pregnant woman because we don't want the fetus like going through a tsunami, and getting detached from a placenta or something crazy. And I always ask because I do put bowls on people, and I always ask, permission, and, if they have a port or if they have metal plates and things like, I'm just concerned that it might agitate those areas. I've not had anybody say anything that it, agitated. So definitely not putting bowls on pregnant women is the most important part.
So kind of walk me through like arriving at the healing studio for a sound bath. Like, what does that look like?
Well, you come in the door, you take your shoes off, and you walk in through the main area, head down the stairs, and set up your mats so that the mats are lining the bowls. So we're up against the cloth that I set up my stuff on. And then get your pillow, get your blankets, get your bolster under the knees. Once you're set up, you have the opportunity to pull some cards. I bring oracle decks just while we're waiting for people to come in and get settled. And then I ground everybody. I have a big grounding bowl that's, you can stand in. It's like 20, 22 inches in diameter. And we ground everybody. And then we get settled. And I kind of go through a guided process just to get, your energy cord set up, like the 5 tools of protection that you taught us. I do that just so people have a reference when they do feel sensations that feel like clearing, just so they have a reference point to exhale down through that energy cord and release. And yeah, and then it's if you are a snorer, I will probably kind of grab your big toe. I mean, just like if you're really sawing logs, like heavy breathing, that's okay. But I'm torn because I don't want to get that person out of the space that they're in, but I also don't want the other people to have a bad experience. So just a little touch of the toe is enough to get them out of that space they were in, but not all the way into consciousness.
You mean you don't have to like
Shut up. One lady I kind of did have to like, hey, because she was so relaxed. Oh, it was funny. I see her all the time. She comes to my sound baths a lot, and it's not every time. But if some people come in and they have this huge like, oh, and then they get attached to that, and they come back and they think that's how it's going to be, because every time you come in, it's going to be different. So I always tell people that too, like, don't be attached, don't have expectations, just be a compassionate witness to your experience, and know that the work is happening whether you're conscious of it or not.
And what if you can't get up and down off the ground? Is there another way to participate?
Yes, I have chairs. We have chairs.
Okay. And
Yeah,
what if like in the middle you need to go to the bathroom or
that's
just
totally fine too. If you don't, if you're laying there with a full bladder, you're not going to enjoy it. You're just going to be thinking about your bladder. So yeah, there are bathrooms at the healing studio too. And I do have people come up or get up and head to the bathroom, and that's okay. We're just, we're as quiet as we can be.
what do people bring to the sound baths themselves? Do they have to bring anything or
All of their nesting materials that they like. So blankets, pillows. The healing studio has mats. In fact, my group was so large on Tuesday that I got every mat out that I could lay down just to give people like an idea. Because when they come in and there's a couple people, it's okay. But when there's a lot of people, like there's a specific way that the mats have to be set up in order for everybody to fit. So,
Mhm.
so if I do that, then people are welcome to lay their mat on one of the other mats, and then you get more cushion.
Hmm.
But yeah, nesting materials. That's what I recommend.
So, is there anything else you want to share with everybody about sound baths that you think people would need to know?
I think everybody should try it at least once, because until you haven't, until you tried it, you don't know what you're missing out on. And It could just be another layer of self-care, like massage or acupuncture or chiropractic, or, I think it's such a complementary modality for healing. It initiates your body's own healing response. And so I just think everybody should try it. And then once you do, then you know. And I bring different tools. Sometimes I bring a frame drum. In the beginning, I'll kind of run through everybody's energy field from their crown to their feet, just to break things up. Sometimes I bring my crystal pyramid and I do that, but I do at some point run an instrument over people at some point.
And are you in your sound room right now?
I am.
Want to give us a little show? Ooh.
There's the gong. I haven't taken anything out since my sound bath on Tuesday night, but this is one of my newer instruments, and you just can't go wrong because it's so. And so when I'm playing the metal bowls, I'll just kind of have one hand, and it's just such a nice layer of sound. That's that. And then here's the gong. This is a planetary gong. It's the Earth. I won't get it too rocking because it can kind of get distorted. And so sometimes when I have people ground in the big bowl, I'll put the big bowl in front of the gong so they get a little double whammy. And then I'll turn the I don't know if I can turn the camera around, but here is, where is it? My big bowl that you get to stand in is, I don't think I can turn the camera around, so I'm just going to do this. Hopefully
there you go. Yep.
Can you see it?
Yep.
So it's got feet, so really you can see that it's. And then here is my frame drum I use. And yeah, this is what my room looks like. I've got some chimes, some tuning forks, and then the metal bowls. But yeah, the best part about this for me is even though I'm working, I'm still receiving all of that, So when we're going through all these crazy energetic things like eclipses and 1111 portals or whatever we're going through, because I'm working with these instruments, like it doesn't faze me like these crazy energetic things we're going through as a collective. So that's super beneficial. I recommend everybody buy some instruments. You have one.
I do.
You have a crystal bowl.
I have a crystal bowl, and I also have a Tibetan singing bowl too. But I have a set of them for chakras too. But I don't use them as much as the big crystal bowl. Yeah.
And you can feel that so much in your solar plexus. I just feel it like from my navel center up, really.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of research out there that's come about sound baths and vibration. And if people are curious, I recommend a Google search to learn more, because I'm just skimming the surface here.
Right.
With what I know and with what I've experienced and witnessed people experience.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, my dear, for your time and answering some questions. And for any of you who are looking to attend a sound bath and you're local, come check out our healing studio site. And your website also has, what's your website? Where it's
blossominglotussound.com, all one word.
Is there information on where else you do your sound baths?
Yes, I have a calendar. It's listed under the events tab, and you will see all of the offerings I have at the healing studio, and elsewhere. I'm doing a gratitude retreat for Westminster Rec Center this Saturday. I'm doing monthly sound baths for North Glen Rec. I'm just starting to collaborate with Insightful Wellness and Counseling Center in downtown. So I keep expanding. And I just think it's so fascinating that they're insightful And you're insightful. It's like this is like coincidental. Anyway.
Well, awesome. So if you're watching this and you're not local, check out, just look for a local sound bath, see if you can find one.
Mhm,
They are starting to pop up. I know it's
mhm,
been in the mainstream media now too. So,
mhm.
so it's starting to gain momentum, but hopefully if you're local, you'll come check us out.
And also, I want to add, if you go to vibrationsoundassociation.com, you can find practitioners around the country to receive this therapeutically, like bowls on your body and around your body, which I highly recommend. So that's how you can find somebody in your area.
I know I need to get back. I need to get back on the calendar and do it myself.
You do. You do.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. And
Thank
thanks,
you.
Melissa, for attending with me. And we will see you around.
Have a great day.
Bye.